Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? Guys, we had two amazing episodes. I have only watched two of the three shows that I that I'm putting up today, so I still got a little bit of work to do, so I'm gonna try to keep these videos short, sweet, and to the point. Um, this week with grandson, though, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that this man does not know his own strength, yet he is going to probably find out that everything he's been doing up to now can probably be multiplied um, in the sense of like he could probably do so much more uh, strength and different types of techniques that he hasn't even learned yet. And I think explosion magic, the same thing that was used to escape from him this week, will be something that he attains. Excuse me, I got the hiccups out of nowhere. That was weird. But yeah, overall, we are pretty spot on with how this show was going to wind up. I kind of figured that the guy with the visor would have something to do with pushing the narrative forward, but I didn't think it would be this quick, which I also do want to talk about because I did hear some very interesting information regarding the manga and regarding just maybe the light novel as well. But from what I'm hearing, it's going to be one of those cases where we have an amazing show, we have an amazing looking animation, and we got, all this good looking stuff, but at the end of the day, seemingly, it's skipping quite a bit from what I'm hearing from some of the people that have just told me in general that they're just disappointed in the overall speed at which this show's going and what they're skipping to get to where we are. And if there's any show that I've seen this happen with that could have been maybe longer or maybe even more, just like have a better feel to it altogether, was Bleach, where they jumped way further into the story than what was actually written, and because of it, we didn't get any backstory. Which, if that's the case for this show, where we start out with him as a kid, and then he just continuously grows, and we get these like three time skips back to back, and went from like 7 to like 12 to 15, so it's a very, it was, when I saw that, that kind of gave me some red flags, and I didn't want to believe that anything was wrong, but as I was predicting, it was a sign of probably the progress being pushed much quicker than need be, which sucks for the people who, are loyalists and have been into this series before it was even an animation. So to then come to this series and it's not foolproof, or it has some missing stuff that could have really helped the show shine even more to the fans, that's the type of stuff that kind of really hurts to hear, and kind of, just makes me want to learn more about what's going on that was missed. But at the same time, I just don't want to be spoiled. So as of when, I'm probably going to make a why you should watch this show, because I do truly think the animation and part of the storytelling as well, right now, is decent. But if I find out that the manga or the other source material is much better, then I have no, oh god, then I have no reason not to put out the information while I make the why you should watch. If you do enjoy this show and you don't know about that, I want to have that information available to my anime people, period. So I will have to check all of that out. But overall, this episode definitely goes to show us that even a man who has the power of the demons and seemingly isn't being controlled by it still has almost zero to no chance against our character. So it's pretty safe to say he's ridiculously broken. But that also has to go to say with this fight, the way that it just came about felt so weird because he's like, "Oh, well, I'm going to pretty much, defend myself." And then he winds up um, opening a hole in the castle that leads straight to the main character who can absolutely almost annihilate him. So, not only do we get to see this like fight, but it also just seemed like a very convenient way for them to have this fight even take place by knocking someone through a wall that leads straight to the guy that you might not even want to be, going against. But overall, my anime people, it's been a interesting ride nonetheless, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of ridiculous stuff pop off. I'm just interested to see how this story plays out now, knowing what I know, because that does really suck. But at the same time, I feel like there's a chance for the show to still be very good and probably end at the 12 episodes if they're skipping this hard. So don't be surprised if the show just randomly disappears after these 12 episodes and they pushed it as fast as possible to be out and done pretty much. But with all that being said, we gotta talk in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. We're getting a 12 episode series that may have had a chance to do more episodes completely fine with how much material they had, or maybe the material wasn't as foolproof as they wanted it to be, so they just skipped over it, and now that's why it's 12 episodes and not something like 24 like we've been getting recently with a lot more shows. So it sucks, but at the same time, I'm only bearing in hope because I didn't know anything about the other source material. So for me, it's not like absolutely mind-boggling that they're like butchering the show or something. It's more or less the fact that um, if the show does take some turns that don't seem really necessary or doesn't seem really on point, it just might be a little bit easier to be like, okay, so that might be one of these moments of them skipping forward. So overall, let me know how you guys feel. Let me know if you guys are going to still watch it with unjudging eyes, um, or if it's something that you're going to look into. Because I know a lot of my anime people here are also avid readers, so if you guys are hearing this and you're like, what the heck could they have done wrong and are kept out, I want to know. Then, yeah, drop some comments down below on what you find. As long as it's not too spoilery for the overall narrative. If it's like he had some type of demonic power early on or something and they didn't even explain it, like don't spoil that for me. But if there is something that clearly could have been put in earlier and they decided not to, definitely let me know. But with all that being said, thank you so much for the support, guys. I am the Anime G, and I plan on making 3 videos today, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that. I've watched Shield Hero and this show, so Shield Hero will be up next, and then I still got a show to watch a little bit later today. So with all that being said, have an awesome one, and I plan to talk to you guys a little bit later today and very soon with Shield Hero. So with that being said, I will talk to you in the next one. So peace.